Ladies and gentlemen, I got a lot of sleep in today. I had a big lunch, I had a small dinner. Unfortunately, I backlogged the absolute food coma that I was gonna have. I woke up at around, I don't know, half an hour ago, and I thought, oh no. This will be the day when I post the fake Grand Order stream. And I threw together a thumbnail. When I realized what I wanted my thumbnail to be was of the Kaldea Master in their new swimsuit cram thing, the new swimsuit, whatever their costumes are called. It's been a day. Just shouting, "What is an ordeal call?" Because that would have communicated that I haven't been here for 1.5 years. Which actually would have taken me less time to do. Anyways, I don't know if the title screen has changed to match up with the ordeal call, but this is it. So let's get in here. And what I'm probably just going to be doing for about, I don't know, 2 hours is trying to catch up with the summer event. And what says Fake Grand Order more than just big woman straight onto the screen? And I remember people talking about this event, and big woman doesn't even talk about the half of it. Hi there, James. Hi there, Solaris. So, for the uninitiated in my chat, how do I even describe Fake Grand Order? Well, Fake Grand Order is a story of an organization that protects the world from world-ending threats. And the crux of its power system is the summoning system from the original Fate. Man, you can tell that I just woke up like half an hour ago. The original Fate visual novel. They took the summoning system from that, and they really expanded on all the world building. But as you can expect with any gacha game, it has its own seasonal events. And how do I even describe the seasonal event on this one? Well, we'll just dive straight on into that. So, the summer event this year is actually a kind of a return from an event. What was it? When was the first Lulu Hawa event? Basically, we were brought into kind of an amalgamation of all the Hawaiian Islands, and then we were plopped into a convention, like a manga convention, where all of the characters in Fake Grand Order were brought together to have a competition for who could create the best doujin. And the very first time we had the summer event in this ilk, if we did not win the event, then we wouldn't be let free. Because an evil AI trapped us into this island because she was able to look into the future and see that the Lost Belt situation was about to happen. And now we're back on this island, and the event has now been hijacked by... I don't even know who hijacked it yet. That's how low I am into the story. And so we're once again brought back into this island, where we're once again stuck reliving the same week over and over until the convention can be successfully concluded. Unfortunately, the very first time we were in here, a giant fire monster destroyed the island, therefore ruining the entire convention and having us repeat the entire the entire thing again. The second week, a giant ocean monster crashed everything. And then the third week, a giant lolly destroyed the island. I wish I was joking. Trying to describe a fate story. I'm brave. Thank you. Thank you. So, in any case, we're here trying to figure out who is trying to ruin the convention every single time. It's just weird. It is just, it is just a, it's a summer story, alright. I mean, the summer stories were, they never were simple, were they? It started off being one thing, and then it ends up taking a complete pivot over into the second half. So, where I'm at right now, I'm kind of in the, I don't know, I'm in the second grind for manga club completion. Well, how would you describe it? So, let me see here. Oh, right, so I've done 2 of the islands for the second. Would you say I'm at the halfway point of the story, or not even close? Yeah, the inspiration material is about halfway. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, where I'm at currently in the story. What is the angle right now? Because I know that we have 5 clubs trying to create manga. Because in the previous one, one of the recurring characters worked as the editor for like what, 7 mangas, and they only had a week to create it. And so what ended up happening is that character was overworked and became just a beast level calamity and wrecked the island. So one of the editor's friends finished their manga and showed it to, the beast level threat, and because of that, she calmed down and returned to her editor duties. And you'd think that I am misrepresenting the facts right now. I'm not really. And the thing is that these stories go so far off the rails, but at the end of it, there appears to always be some kind of emotional core that actually tugs at your heartstrings and ties into the lore of the characters. Like, for instance, if you look on the left right here, right over here, you see that those are the 5 clubs that we're overseeing. This one right here was all about a Japanese author who wasn't able to finish his works while he was alive. So he's using this opportunity to finish the sequel to his famous book. And in order to make it work for modern audiences, all of the characters who were these very stoic, just soldier types, they were replaced with dogs. And then the dogs were like basically turned into air buddies, but they still filled out the entire story of soldiers in the feudal era. Skipping a lot of details, but no, I'm accurate. If I were to include every single detail, I would fulfill like I would have to end the stream after 2 hours. So we're just gonna go straight into it, and you can see that the next story chapter of the main story is the corporate booth of death. So we're just gonna go in, and I am not reading this out loud. The stories, after 1.5 years, the very first thing that I remembered about this game, it takes so long to get through story. This game is story. Let me get one thing straight. The story of this game is the reason why you stay. Maybe, I don't know, when do you say the story gets good? Because I say the first good story is Okeanos with Francis Drake all the way back into the Singularities. But reasonably enough, people will say that Camelot is where the story starts to get really good. Anyways, we're in Servant Festival Day 6, and I'll just bash my way through. So right now, we have the alliances that are finishing their manga books, and everything that happens to Jean d'Arc Alter. I'm just thinking about it wasn't. Oh yeah, Orleans. If you go through Chapter 2 of the first arc in Fate Grand Order, and you see what Jean d'Arc Alter began as, and what she ended up being, it just makes her head spin. It's kind of a gradual progression of the character, but to see her as the what was it? She started off as like an ice witch of some sort. Camelot is when the quality starts to become more consistent, instead of alternating between good and trash fire. That is very fair to say, because I think that was when the original author of Fate got involved. Because I believe that Fate Grand Order was supposed to be just some kind of money scheme where they took a popular franchise and then they created an okay story with it, made some money, and then shut it down after maybe, 1 or 2 years? But I don't know. How did Nasu get involved with writing Camelot? Anyways, I completely do not remember why we're creating manga now, because we originally created the manga so that we could win the competition, and because this convention was being ruined by an ethics committee that wanted all of the manga to be just about Artorium. And because there was such a restriction, all of the manga came out lower quality because none of the clubs were able to make the story they wanted to make. So we helped 5 clubs create their manga to defeat the ethics committee and make the convention go off without a hitch. Unfortunately, things got complicated. That's just how you summarize every single story event. Unfortunately, things got complicated. And then now that we have befriended the head of the ethics committee, and they have lifted the restriction, so now we can do the whole rigmarole over again, except now they can create the story that they want. And then the island got destroyed like 3 times. And I don't remember what my hook is right now, because I know at this point in the story, I know that there is some like evil fairy king who keeps trying to ruin the convention. You'd spoil the reason for the event. Alright, I'll probably remember as we go on. Right, so we were originally creating the second set of 5 manga, because the character who turned into a monster, we wanted to show her that the clubs were capable of meeting their deadlines. Yep, that's her. She got so into her editor duties that she became a dangerous beast, actual terminology, and stomped the place into submission. Have I done Lost Belt 6? Probably not. What number was Avalon LaFay? And that was the head of the ethics, and that's the head of the ethics committee, who, her design is based off of Queen Maeve, and whose design was repurposed for the mythical figure of Knocknerea. And for some reason, she calls herself Yorandu. You got all that? Good. So now she's commending us for having saved saved Chloe. Avalon LaFay is 6. Okay, then I have done Lost Belt 6. I don't think I'd be able to even get into this event without Lost Belt 6. I love how the ability to make decisions in this game, it started off with branching paths. And it's like, you can either say yes or no and it all comes back to a head, or they allow you to guess what a character's about to say. But at this point, the dialogue options are just a formality and kind of a way to make the main character have their own dialogue without actually having them get conventional dialogue. It's great. Because it happened rarely, but the dialogue would change depending on what you said. Now, you basically just say the same thing in 2 different ways. The Dark Fairy King's identity should be bloody obvious to me then. Well, yeah. I already got past the part where it was revealed to me, but I think we still don't know who is like the very tippy top of everything that's happening. This event only needs Fuyuki completion. Really? Interesting. So now we just got through we officially have the Artoria only genre restriction lifted. And now we're celebrating that fact. And now there are looters around. All right. Well, that was very sudden. That was very much a wyvern's incoming. Anyways, this is the store. This is I can show you the team that I'm running with. Don't know why it took me so long to find a Castoria. Anyways, don't pay attention only to the left side of the screen. The right side are all of the servants that I had picked up just along the way, and I just have them in my party now so that they can gain bond and get up to level 5. Let me see. Oh, this Ryoma is up to level 5 bond. Tomoe is still doing it. Mariani is still doing it. So, let's go ahead and replace Ryoma with whoever's next. Sure. Ann and Mary. Fun fact, Ann and Mary Archer were my first main. Anyways. Well, didn't expect to see you in here, Maruki-tone. Someone who knows very little about fate, you're committed to memorizing or realistically understanding none of this. That's fair.
ご心配なくどんな時でも
So,
政権を作れま
this
す
is combat in Fate Grand Order. At the very basic, how this game works is that you have your 3 servants on the right side of the screen, and then you have your enemies on the left side. And how you do damage to enemies? You attack, and you select 3 cards. And there are 3 types of cards. You have arts cards, you have quick cards, and not shown are buster cards. Buster cards do more damage. Arts cards help in filling out your noble phantasm gauge. And quick cards get you more critical stars, so that you can do critical hits. So just showing you what we have here. So if I were to pick 3 cards here, I would attack with one of my support cards, then one of my DPS cards, and then, however, if I'm able to get 3 cards from a single servant, then it will add an extra attack onto that, and give a little bit of a damage boost. If I select 3 arts cards, then whoever is involved in that chain, they gain 20% of their noble phantasm gauge. And if I do 3 buster cards, then it gives a damage boost. If I do 3 quick cards, then it adds 20% crit chance to the 3 cards that are used. This will be on the test, by the way. The game does have an okay tutorial, but yeah, you're best off just watching a video guide on how this works. And in addition to being able to attack, every character has 3 skills. You can see at the bottom there. So, and the skills do vastly different things. By the way, my Mystic Code has its own 3 skills. I'm wearing the Summer Mystic Code, and I've been getting it to experience this entire time. So, let me see. This is a battle that is only 1 round, and it has 6 enemies. I mean, James, if you want to take over telling chat how this game works, that's fine. But, when it comes to doing trash waves, all you really need to understand is you fill up the noble phantasm gauges, you buff up your attacker, and then you'll see, now, my Berserker, Ibuki Doji, now has 100% of her noble phantasm gauge, meaning she's able to use her special attack. And what do I want to do here? And then the special attack, it's an AoE Berserker hit. Big flashy animations. That's all you really need to see. And the thing about certain character noble phantasms is that by dealing damage and taking damage, servants regain their noble phantasm gauge. So if you look at the bottom, you'll see that Ibuki Doji, even though she just launched her noble phantasm, she already has refunded 59% of it. So I am able to use skills that fill up the noble phantasm gauge. And now she's able to launch it again. And by the way, you'll see that I have my 3 characters. The one on the left and the one on the right are different characters. Yeah, they are. Welcome to Fate! The one on the left is a pure support character. The one on the right is a single target DPS. So, let's just go ahead and wrap this up. By the way, if I am able to create a chain with 1 art, 1 quick, and 1 buster, that gives me the combined benefit of all 3. So you'll see that I gained the 20% crit chance, I gained the extra art scheme, and I gained the extra attack. That was actually a recent addition, by the way. At first, doing a combination of all 3 cards didn't give you any benefit whatsoever, and you were best off just doing 3-hit combos. That was it, right? Other animations. Are you ready to be confused while looking at a whole bunch of nice animations? By the way, Suzuka has really endeared herself to me over the course of this event. It kills me that she is not in the same banner as Bargist, because I would love to pull a copy of her just out of respect for how delightful she has been throughout this event. So, for some reason, there are looters throughout this entire convention. They just desperately needed the money. Why they need the money? Okay, apparently the bank ran out of money. So yeah, they're going to be making references to stuff that I have not experienced. Apparently there are new figurines being sold that is just sucking up everybody's money. You're perpetually confused? Great. That seems just about right. That was an incredibly short story segment. I guess we're about to be introduced to the corporate booth of death right now. This is a new area for me. More new limited edition merch. They're literally putting out the hottest thing every 10 minutes. So yeah, these are all the regular attendees. Go for the stores, go for the restaurants. They've got to have cash. It's kind of funny how the looters are thinking to... They're robbing the stores to get money to buy the figurines. Why don't they just go straight for the figurines? We're just borrowing. Well, this is downright hellish. They've literally built an Aztec temple out of bills. Oh, there it is right there. You can look at the right side of the screen. It's right over here. They got something for everybody. So we're looking at 6 varieties of figurines that they're selling. Grown-up oh my god. That's why Chloe wants to see the prices of C and E. 1 is the 1 to 17 scale Master doll. Master is the main character, and everybody loves the main character. And C is the grown-up Spirit Origin Shroom. A running joke is that Chloe wants to get a grown-up version of herself. I have never actually met this character. I guess he has been reworked as a shrewd businessman. Money only, please. One physical life. He'll take one of her organs. Straight up the mafia now. And just in case you're seeing a little bit too much of the ladies, the Knights of the Round Table are here to serve your every need. A Lost Belt 7 character? Yeah, I figured. He was just going to have her work in the barbecue chicken booth since it's short-staffed. That's one way to... Organ donor is one funny way to say barbecue. Alright. Is this going to be a support-only fight? Oh. It is so annoying how many times I've had to remake the same team for this story. It's just like, come on! Just read my my current team. Sheesh. Yeah, I don't have any of the event craft essences right now. So until I never use the event craft essences up until I actually get to the farming portion of it. But it seems like if I keep on reading out loud the story, that I'm gonna get nowhere near at the end of the story right now. So let's see here. Got the marketing manager and what's he gonna do? Yeah, sure hit, reduce MP down, taking to 0. Wait. Seriously? Well, I am freaking called out. This guy is actually going to resist all damage from noble phantasms for 3 times. Well, that's terrible for my group. That's why you don't particularly care for tower events. Why don't you care for the tower events? You have to remember that I barely can remember the things that I just said a few minutes ago. You love having max limit broken. Oh. Ah, I see. You're talking about my commentary on the craft essences. Oh, remaking teams every node. There you go. Alright, so the big guy in the back, he's actually going to take 0 damage 3 times. I don't even know if I have enough refund. But let's just go ahead and see what I can do with this. Let me see. I'll go ahead and give her all of the refund there. Well, let's see, how am I going to do this? I'm going to go ahead and activate Bakatoria's... let me see here. Oh, and they've got 3 pips for their specials. This is going to be rough. Alright, let's go with this. So I'm gonna wipe away their damage resist with this one hit. And then my single damage special user. Yep. It's unfortunate, but I can't exactly do anything about that. Oh. That was the, whatever. I'll give myself invincibility. And because I changed those noble phantasms, that's going to be 2 hits. I really need to change the character art on my my caster Artoria, because it is so hard to tell the difference between these characters. Let's see here. Yeah, at first glance, it is so hard. The game is quite loud. Is it? Go ahead and turn that down. Because last time, I remember it was too quiet. Tell me if that's any better. So let's see here. I'll go ahead and how am I gonna do this? Yeah, I'll go like this. Is the volume better now? Does it need to go down even more? I'll put it down a little bit more. I'm looking at the sound mixing. You know, I probably could have just taken down the big mob in the back by using regular hits. It's not drowning me out anymore. Well, that's good. Alright, so... Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and use my single target attack to take out to the last of your invulnerability, and hopefully this will be the end of it. Oh, wait. The other mobs still have that invincibility. I feel so called out right now with this node's mechanics. Yeah. Kind of funny how in these games, being able to launch a special attack at the start is a big deal, but then after you've been playing the game for long enough and power creep just goes up and up and up, being able to launch specials is now the price of entry. And every single gacha game is like that. Well, you're about to get obliterated. I swear, it all makes sense when you've built up enough knowledge. I wondered if I'd be able to do enough content to even do a multi-pull, but no. Not even close. This is why it's a mobile game, because I can do this while I'm doing other things. He's got 100 more marketing heads where that came from. Also, what is the deal with Lancelot's summer outfit, summer art? He does not look like the same character. Nowhere near as bad as Fire Emblem Heroes power creep. You know, that is a very good point. I'd even say that that Fake Grand Order has had very little instances of power creep. Every other game just has this ascending ladder. The only thing that's been power crept are supports. But as long as you're able to get the hot new supports, all of the DPS that were good back in the day are still just as good, with very notable exceptions. And when DPS gets power crept, it's not really that bad, because the previous ones are still kind of good. What did I do wrong? What about the regulation that prohibits early sales? You're going to ruin the finale. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to say it. There's nothing left to threaten the island. Why should we believe you? You're gonna show us what'll happen at this time tomorrow. Okay, give us that premonition. Oh. Well, that's not good. Is this supposed to be a repeat of that scene in Avalon Le Fay? Good lord. Talk about a harsh tone and change. You know the one I'm talking about, right, James? That scene in Avalon Le Fay, like, also known as one of the most disturbing scenes in all of Fate Grand Order. That certainly is modern. And of course, because the convention gets ruined, this is the reset that happens. I have not played Fire Emblem Heroes in a long time. All I know is that there have been no new Kagero units since I stopped playing, so why do I even care? Wait. They called Yonderu, not Nerea, and she is the one initiating all of the resets? By the way, giant woman. So this is what happens every single reset? It is no secret that Nasu likes himself some giant women. Which I can respect. So you're telling me that Yarandu has been causing every single reset? Oh. He was gonna kill everybody's wallets. Ah. She's not even aware of it. Alright, so she denies it. The real third calamity. So, the original incarnations of these characters during their original story, they eventually came around to becoming friends, so they kind of had a repeat of that during this summer event. Ayo. Oh, there she goes. You can't hope to defeat this monster without a plan. You occasionally glance at Fire Emblem Heroes and then say, "Damn, what are these unit buffs?" Then you're glad you left. Yeah, out of control. So, now that Yarandu knows that she is the third calamity, she just up and becomes it. First calamity was called Instinct. Born from fads, trends, and humans' activities. It drains resources. Second calamity is Intelligence. Born from technology, elitism, and spirit of inquiry. Finally, I'm surprised it wasn't another version of Cernunnos. Damn big ol' eyes. Their calamity of discord. Crystallization of tears born of emotion. Sets festivals ablaze the manner of conflicts, quarrels, and prejudices. Ah! that kind of tracks with the role that Yarandu had before. Oh, Sunos, most wide-reaching curse humans create, the one they're most intimately familiar with. Kind of funny how they use the three calamities from Avalon Le Fay, and it's just like this whole summer event is it's Avalon Le Fay, but silly. Start of summer, 1 of 3. Okay. Yep, basically taking all of the music and whatnots from the very first Luluhawa event. And at the beginning of every single one of these episodes, we've been hearing a monologue from some character that aims at the emotional core of this story. Something actually serious, not silly. Sunlight, water, and air. One of these things is not like the others. People praise the sun. It's a sequel to Servafest. It's also an epilogue to Avalon Le Fay. That's right. This game takes its very serious stories and gives epilogues in their silly seasonal events. Nothing like this game, man. Someone's lonely. Gillespie can't understand it all. So also, at first they worshipped one deity, then they splintered off and started fighting each other. So the dream became a nightmare. So the deity of the air. That is true. Everyone worships the sea and the sun, but air, not really. I have never met who that monologue was about. I think I know who it is, though. They mentioned mentioned Australia, and I remember that there is an Australian deity coming. Although, or did she already arrive? I don't know. Alright, so the entire the event was once again reset, and now we're back at day 1. And one of the cruxes of the story has been the fact that after resets, everyone gets separated, causing us to learn a little bit more every time. Where's Yarandu? Well, she's a beastie now. They always held hands so that they wouldn't get separated. What does the community think about the name Alcas? Because it has the L from Altria. Do people actually say Alcas, or do they still keep saying Castorium? I have to imagine they'll still keep saying Castorium. And there's Edgy Oberon. He's choosing to dress that way during the day now. He came in through the window. We can only have so much edge, Oberon. So Yarandu is tied to the island. Oh, that last reset used up the last of her power? We need more details, man. Explain. Ah, come on. Doing hero stuff usually helps out. Usually saves the day. You aren't facing the real problems. Try to resolve the situation themselves, but the best they could do is staying the game over and over, hopes trying to get a good seed, I see. This is what happens when you don't understand how people think, like the committee chair. Ah, I see. So the island kept on getting destroyed, and Yarandu kept on resetting things in hopes of the island not getting destroyed. Oh. Your intention of restricting the genres to Artoria alone was to eliminate differences between clubs and help everybody get along. Alright, we're starting to get to the emotional social commentary aspect of the event. I picked the wrong person to be my great detective. An assistant or a police detective blundering about the crime scene. Oh my goodness. Good intentions, but not understanding people misguided. Precisely. And then right out the window he goes. Also, thanks for the advice. Correcting the committee isn't going to resolve the real problem here. Wrong path entirely. Need to demonstrate that there's still hope. So, yeah, somebody who doesn't understand humans would say, oh, so they all believe different things? So if I forced everybody to believe in one thing, they'll all come back together, right? That's not human nature. That's not human nature at all. We can all get together despite our differences. But, it's hard. It's really hard. We're still trying to figure that out. What else are we gonna do? Go to the committee. So they were the normalization committee, not the... Oh! Normalization, as in they normalized everybody's beliefs. That's the deal behind their name. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get my resources. Clever duckies. One thing that bugs me about the way that the dialogue is presented in this game is that, I mean, you can see, I keep on having to go into the log to read any dialogue that is more than 2 lines long. This game has been around for, what, like a decade? And they still don't have a way to put all the dialogue into one window? The chairperson is here today. You need to prove that you're strong enough to get past us first. It's only a friendly competition, of course. It is kind of funny that they give us so many nodes where there is no combat, and then they'll just throw combat for silly reasons. Yeah, I need the... I'm actually liking the First Ascension Castoria art, because it's easy to tell her apart from the Berserker version. Oh man. The card selection cancellation. For so long, if you went into card selection, you were not able to back out. If I were to do this before doing all my skills, that was it. I was stuck. I would have just said, whoopsie poopsie, looks like you won't be using your skills. But then, you can actually go back. That's the curse of spaghetti code. That needed at least a full day to fix an upgrade. I'd say just go ahead and fix the damn code. As a Final Fantasy XIV player, I know all about the limitations of spaghetti code. Anyways, let's go ahead and mollywop these dudes. Yep. By the way, I might need some insight into your 6C setup. You say it's scuffed, but does it do 3 turns? Hey yo, Muramasa, what you doing here? Let me see here. Obviously, I'm gonna have to beat you up, old man. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson? Yeah, we have the ability to speed up Noble Phantasms, but they will never ever give us an NP skip. Ever. Kind of for the same reasons that they will never let us have skip tickets. It does 3 turns if you pull the right cards. Your NP is your NP what? I think you missed a number there. NP2 almost doesn't make it. Not sure if it'll work at NP1. I see. That tracks. Alright, the chairperson's office. The kind of room fit for a final boss fight. There's been no 4th wall up until now. Why start? Who is the chairperson? Why? How does this work? Looking like the most beautiful girl ever. But she's a calculator. Complimenting each other's swimsuits. The Obama giving himself medal meme. So, who is this supposed to be? You also have to skip picking a support to grab an MP5 Summer Ibuki off your friends list as well. Really? It only works with MP5 Summer Ibuki? Same way the author, father, and daughter split works. Eh? What's the meaning of this? Is he gonna just say your piece? Nobody could deduce that they were the culprit. Isn't that literally the plot twist of Shinjuku, now that I think about it? Not even the greatest detective could have deduced that the culprit was actually themselves. Yeah, that's the plot twist of Shinjuku. He has been inspecting the island. Should we get Chen Gong in here so we could go out together? Nice. Let's just get to the reason we're here. How do we save Yarandu? So, why are there two Summer Artorias? I completely glossed over that. Natural drive to improve herself, an inherent sense of hospitality. She decided to add new elements because adhering just had the same island as last time. Hawaralia. Fusion of Hawaii and Australia. All to mislead you, of course. BB's chase haven't changed at all. A new element that was out of BB's control. Yep, Wan Jinnum. That's who. So because BB put Australia and Hawaii together, it's kind of funny. Everything went awry in the first Lulahawa event because BB fused with Pele, and now she didn't account for Wan Jinnum. And then the whole thing happened again. BB is just taking those L's when it comes to patron deities, isn't she? It makes me think of the meme of people, of Princess Celestia on the ground, beaten up. That's become BB. BB elected to ignore her. That L just gets bigger and bigger. To remain a legend as part of human history. Now that she's woken up, no one needs her. So you took control of the singularity from BB and banished her from it. I'm still confused on who AAA is supposed to be. Or AAA is like an AI created by... Nope. I'm lost. So you're telling me the Castoria, who is currently in our party, she created all these things? Oh. Oh, that's what you were talking about. You're talking about the Bakin situation. Wanjina, the Great Spirit. So Castoria, yeah, Artoria Avalon is simply a spirit split from Artoria Castor. They're supposed to be the same spirit origin. So then, Artoria Castor was the one who split off that memory of wanting to save this island, and then put that into Artoria Avalon. The Artoria genre was an error in judgment. Oh, Wanjina hates conflict. Yep, exactly what we were talking about. She thought that by restricting things would let people unite. It did not. Doesn't address the fundamental problem. Why don't we move on to another question? Looked like she was about to go hell. After Lost Belt 6, Artoria Caster is entirely run by Avalon. Forms 1 and 2 is just Avalon pretending to be Caster. Wait, really? Man, been so long that I didn't pick up on that aspect. Wow. So, the actual Artoria Caster just got lost to time, huh? Yarandu is Wanjina's proxy. I see. This event is the first time Caster's been awake and free from Avalon, the garden Marlin is trapped in. Oh. Man. Shows how much I've retained, or paid attention in the first place. Wanjina does not understand the languages of Earth. So then Yarandu is, so I guess the Nocnaria thing was just based off of Caster's memories, I suppose? The woman we've been calling Yarandu is actually Wanjina herself. Or she's still Nocnaria. She only chose to become Wanjina's eyes and sealed away the memories of herself. The personality and everything else remains Nocnaria. I see. So she's kind of an aspect of Wanjina, but the personality remains the same. So, DB Tropes is surprisingly useful as a summary site for this game. You wouldn't have retained half of that without it. Yep. Sounds about right. Phaeton itself is convoluted. So, when you throw in Grand Order and all the authors that it's had, forget about it. Just enjoy all the character designs and flashy animations. Oh. She's remembered that Yarandu is actually just an imaginary spirit. Okay. So she realized that she's not her own person. She's just a broken off aspect of someone else. She just blue screened and has been taken over. If you can defeat Cisanos, then, she should return to her senses, temporarily. That still won't solve the problem. Decided to hold... Oh. So Servant Fest was to prove to Wanjina that people can get together. And resets are just kind of a rage quit option. That's what the "we are all responsible" part was about. That is true. I did wonder what was the "we are all responsible" aspect for it. Where did the calamities come from? Oberon wanted to check out a place full of grudges and resentment. Oh, and ancient spirits saw him as their king. A cleansing. So, Oberon arrived and everything got messed up because of it. That sounds about right. Probably would have worked better if everyone was given a heads up on Wandjina first. Well, I'm guessing Triple A didn't think that would be of any help. So they just brought Oberon in to destroy a force field that was holding something back. Wait. They picked Oberon to help communicate Wandjina's feelings. That's like going to the gas station for resources to put out a house fire. Day Self's a lot better at looking at ways for Wandjina to get presented. Oh. So Oberon's just like, oh, you want an earthly form? Okay. How about the most overtuned boss fight in all of gacha game history? Oh my god. Oberon was just like, okay. The only thing I can think of is Cernunnos, and even without doing it himself, the Wandjina is like, okay, I'll do that. The Dark Fairy King. Don't spread that name around, I mean it! Oh, Oberon. He loves to be hated and hates to be loved. He just wants to hang around Caldia and eat potato chips. Even without Oberon's help, it was only a matter of time until the seal is broken. There was a chance things would have gone even worse without him. I mean, they could have done better. Yeah, didn't even do it on purpose. He just creates chaos in his wake. It all comes back to making sure, sir. How many chapters are in this event anyway? Let's see. FGO Summer 2025. Let's see, main quests. We're currently on section 12. Oh, there are 13 sections. Yeah, we're on section 12. We have section 13. Pretty close to the end. Yep. Coming back. All comes back to making sure Servant Fest is a success. Yeah, your plan ultimately backfired. The Normalization Committee will revert the rules. Find a way for this convention to go off without a hitch. You gotta stop the calamities. So the fire burns all the paper, so the books won't get done. And then the second calamity gets everything canceled due to weather. What's the third calamity? Morgan... Oh yeah, Morgan said the calamity wasn't her doing. Morgan simply grasped the situation on the islands and then elected to make use of the said calamity for her own selfish ends, I see. I won't be finishing the story before reset time. Yep. If anything, this is just a demonstration to go, just how much dang reading there is. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I like my reading, and some of the best stories come from all the reading that we do here. But this is just to show that they like their story. They like their dialogue in this game. Hope you won't give all the saber faces like her too much of your time. Wanjin is grief itself. An overreaction to the conflict that will... Don't call it an overreaction. The curse of gatekeeping. It's almost too dark for words. It's not exactly how it's used in fandom circles. In the simplest of terms, refusing to accept fellow fans for something because of minor differences in opinion. Wow, they're actually talking about gatekeeping. Those feelings qualify as a curse. The calamities aren't setting this island on fire. None of those ultimately matter. The real problem is the clash between our fetishes. Say it, Chloe! The people who make Prisma Ilium basically admitted that you're just a big conduit for several of them. The feelings that drive us to try and make something better than anything else or stand a particular fandom. It's the desire to compete with our fellow fans that's been sending Servant Fest up in flames. So, yeah. The real evil was gatekeeping the entire time. My God! Gatekeeping and tribalism. Alright. As you can tell, even though the methods of conveying their message are kind of silly, they're actually touching on some key issues. Jalter gets what's going on. It's so damn isn't that just summarizing everything? I wanted to shut you up halfway through, but I got it. What are we supposed to do, though? You can't just make everyone get along. It's never happened. Ah, Blackbeard. Simultaneously, one of the best characters in the game, and also one of the most squandered. I really want to see a Blackbeard alter who is Chaos Incarnate, even more so than all the Chaos Incarnates we've already seen. Wanjin is a spirit of air. That's what's holding us back. She's literally the patron deity of invisible stuff. Then the sole promise the solution is when you need her. You need to demonstrate there's still hope. There you go. So we can't exactly bring about world peace. We just need to prove that it's possible. We just need to prove that all hope isn't gone. Which is unfortunately the Sisyphean task, We all need to make a work of art together. Oh. A collaborative effort between all the clubs. A joint dojin. That would be something. Her wish hasn't been forgotten. We all feel the same way. We can't stop everyone from getting it accomplished. We can still convey that we all want to get along. But she doesn't understand our language. There's only one way to make sure she gets it. Oh, we make a mural. Like the one we saw in the cave. Interesting. A large slab of rock. The guys are all like, "Ooh, manual labor? Yes. We can save the world through manual labor and our giant pecs." Engraving materials. When your hope is lost, undo the lock and send me forth on. What is that a reference to? Whenever I think about even when your hope is gone, move along, like I know you do. Move along, just to make it through. Well, looks like the plan is to create a giant mural with all the clubs. Episode 8, The Helsing Abridged. You know, I really should know that whenever you bring up a quote, it's got Team 4 stars somewhere in there. Let's see. The Spirit of Summer, 1 of 3. Oh, wait. Are we gonna have, like, 3 chapter 12s? Are you there, Miss Refined Intellectual Rain Witch? Totally inappropriate for this situation. I say. Can you not knock quietly? No. Straight to the tsundere. What, you think we're friends? I'm killing you all right now! Really? That's why we have combat in this chapter? Can't go into more detail without spoilers, so you won't. Alrighty then. There, alright, what's this battle gonna be like? Kate Ku Mikosar. Mikosar? What'd you do to me? Overcharge up, overcharge up. Burn and attack down. Well, you're about to get completely mollywopped. Recommend Helsing Abridged if I got time. I recall that it's a work, just like everything Team 4 Star does. It is a work of art. Oh wait, am I gonna have the attack power to see this through? No, well, we'll see if this works out. Ah, well, there goes Balban. I don't think I'll be able to close this out. Nope. So about 110 each is my my limit with this current setup. Anyway, hey, after doing Duolingo, I know that she says oishi, which means delicious. I can actually understand some Japanese. Let's go. Like a small crumb of it. 1 grain of rice in the entire bowl. The last part is pronounced cur. Cur. Miko care. That's what the underground mural was about. Well, looks like she's going to be cooperating with us on one condition. She wants everybody to make a book together. Well. Terrifying condition. What's torturous in making a book? If we make a book, then we can... She has no idea that we wanted that this whole time. Yeah. During the previous iteration of this event, we made our own manga, and it was so much fun, and we were so crestfallen that we were not able to do it this time. But as you can see, woohoo! Let's get started right away. Bet. You're really nice, aren't you, Balbanshee? The beast of ancestors has finally awakened. It will always be amusing to me. This is the only one they have to finish for the story. Can leave what's left of the other 5 for post-event grinding. Ha! Our collaborative illustration was added. Hooray! I've been playing for an hour and a half, and I have 2 quarts to show for it. Yep, you can see over there that we have you've added a sixth doujin. Club Fairy Britain Caldia has been established. That's a word salad right there. You can see there that we can give gifts to ourselves. So we have new farming nodes, don't we? Or doing. No new farming node. What are these collaborative illustration quests anyway? Is it more story? You do have to finish the 5 AP mural quest as well. No. Let's just go. In that case, one thing I just wanted to do is to show what grinding is like in this game. So I'll just beat up the 90 AP node one time. Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like that 90 plus is going to be outside of my reach. Alas, someone wants to see what I'm working with. So yeah, this is what farming is like. We power up our AoE damage dealer, and then we'll let her loose. Jake, you can join us today. Where is our guy anyway? Do you know? And then we're gonna go ahead. Unfortunately, the 90 AP, the 90 AP node is full of berserkers, and you get less refund when you're fighting berserkers and assassins. Nothing else, you can slap the damage CE on Chen Gong and feed him a bunch of supports. Just make sure I end on Oberon. That sounds about right, based off of what I remember from farming in the before days. Is the Koyan system still good? Or have people just gone full arts? Nah. I never can get my my last bit of the NP on Ibuki. The obvious answer is to use my swap mystic code, and then everything is chunky dory. But I never really get that figured out. Let's see here. Yeah, these. What is the class distribution of the 90++ node? Nope, no 30% crit. Unfortunate. Anyway, Perish. The art system is superior in general, though. Naturally. Alright. Anyhow. Ladies and gentlemen, I keep forgetting just how much I like the writing in this game, and how much inspiration that all the stories in this game give me. So, if for nothing else, it's probably worth it just to continue experiencing the stories in this. Obviously, it is very much a, it's an acquired taste, but it's a taste worth acquiring. If all you do is go for the story and you don't care about endgame content, then, you know, it's one of the OGs, very influential in the gacha sphere. 3 assassins, wow. They're all assassins, so that's unfortunate, isn't it? Wait, so when you say you do 6 CE, are you talking you can actually do this in 3 turns without using the damage CE? Is that what you're telling me? To blow through 1.2 million HP without the damage booster? Just barely. Sheesh. I don't even know if I have the resources to do that. Oberon is very helpful. Yeah, Oberon would do it. Well, once I get to that point, I'll see what I've got. And maybe we can do a little bit of theory crafting in the Discord. Speaking of which, we have hit reset time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here on this in this stream of me returning to the grind. I don't know if I'll stay though, because this has been it does take a lot of time out, especially since I have like a year and a half worth of content to get through. But I'll probably be tapping on it in the background while I'm doing other things. So we'll see how it goes. James, Solaris, Moderator Catone, Abomations, Matthew probably in the back and lurking somewhere. AQ, if you come here to see what happened, and Lost Battle 7 is totally worth it. I have to imagine. I mean, even if I don't end up sticking around, just finishing the job of the Lost Belts, I think, is going to be worth it. Not looking forward to that Ort Gauntlet. And of course, thank you if you're watching this as a VOD, so you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, join the Discord. It is in the description. It will tell you when the next stream comes up. Next time, we'll be returning to Trails. And we're going to continue our journey of slapping some sense into Joshua. By the way, of course I would have the Librarian as my display servant for the archive. Next time, we resume Trails in the Sky, second chapter. Until then, game out.